Welcome back. It seems that what's the name here? Bitcoin is going down too much right now, but anyway, this is Ruckard FilledValueGap strategy part 2. Okay. And the other day we were able to rewrite the old Lux indicator and show or not the lines. Okay. So the other day we were able to rewrite the old Lux indicator, and today I want to add an option to show or not to show the lines, because I don't like that. And then we will try to move this into the strategy so that we can turn this into a strategy that makes sense. Okay. So I think I have around here the strategies. Let's the indicator. Let's have another ladder here, and let's go on with this. Okay, so the fair value gap strategy. Wait a moment. Yeah, look at this. Has these lines here. So you can see you have this red line here, which is whatever you had from the latest. So this is this red line is from a bearish gap which has not been filled. So you want the price to come back there or whatever. No, wait, this is the current price. Okay, so you've got these green lines, and you also have red lines that I guess like this one. So this was a bearish gap which was almost filled, and then it was completely filled here. Okay, that's why I understand here. So I do not like these lines. Why? I don't know, but I don't like them. I prefer only to see the gaps. So you want an option to remove this or not. So you've got the dashboard, and you've got the show unfilled gaps, and we can have, wait, this is false by default. Why we are seeing the gaps? Let me see. Thank you for the like, whoever you gave me the like. Okay, so why the hell? Let me check 1 second. So this, yeah, this is shown anyhow. This needs to be fixed. Okay, let me check if I can find this. Show unfilled gaps. Are you telling to me that okay? Let me see those unfilled gaps. What the hell they are? So otherwise this is confusing. I don't see any difference. Okay, let's go to the past maybe. See if we can see any difference. So you're supposed to see some unfilled gaps or not. I don't happen to see any difference here. What the hell is this? Unfilled gaps. Maybe there are no unfilled gaps right now. Okay, let's go to the past and see what the hell do we understand here, because otherwise... So here you have this gap which is unfilled here. Once it happens, it's unfilled. So you can replay this and play to the future as 0.5x. So here you find the gap and you plot it. And that's it. Replay. Yes, I want to. Now I'm going to change this setting. I'm going to say that I don't want to see unfilled gaps. And I'm going to replace from here. And we will see what the hell happens. Do I see? I see the unfilled gap the same way as before. Okay, so let me check the code and understand what the hell is this about. So if FVG is unfilled, store line in array. Okay, I think I understand what's the problem here. So you've got some lines that you draw here, then you've got some lines that you discard here. Okay, so what you're doing here is that you have this maximum unfilled gaps. Yeah, but even then, if not to show unfilled gaps, I am asking myself if this is right or not, because it should be the other way around. Let me take a look at the original script, otherwise this doesn't make sense. So this is the original script. Show all. Yeah. Show all unfilled gaps. All of them. Yeah, I think I know what's happening here. So if you have many, okay, so here you can see like a lot of gaps, and here we have 5 unfilled gaps. Okay, and if you click here, you're supposed to only see 5 instead of whatever. I mean, more than 5. Let's make this smaller so that we can see more gaps, because it's 5 bearish gaps and 5 bullish gaps. So if you click here, you should see more of them. Why is this not working? I do not understand. Let's remove the auto threshold so that we can see more gaps. Okay, and now let's click here, and we can see these gaps, which wait a minute. I think I have managed to understand this stuff. However, I am unable to work out what the hell. Okay, so let's show only one unfilled gap. Okay, now let's show all of them. Is there any difference? Wait a moment. Okay, I see something. So there's these lines here which are cut. So if you tick this, the lines go to the right, and apparently these lines, the line length might be depending on this, but you know, okay, I mean, anyway, show last unfilled gaps 5. If I turn this to 1, or maybe 0, I don't have any of these lines, stupid lines here, but I have the gaps. I don't think that's the setting that I want to use. I mean, so auto, and this is 0, so I don't have any lines. Okay. I don't think this is what I want to do. So if you don't want to show unfilled gaps, lines, so otherwise what you have down here with the plot what you have here with the plot is whatever, and it's plot always maximum and minimum, and then you fill this So we are okay, and then you've got also the bearish, you have got the table, but you don't have the lines. So my complaint is about the lines that are used here, which I'm not sure if you want this to be I mean, these lines are used to draw the lines, isn't it? So this is whatever it's used here, so it's FVG lines, and then you add stuff into them, or you remove the stuff from them. So these lines are printed with this color, which is on the it's here, I guess. It's yeah, it's this one here, this color, or this color. Oh, take a look at this. They are printing this. So the lines get printed here. Yeah, when you do line new. Okay, let me see where the hell line new is being used. It's only being used when you add this new line. The question is, do I care or I do not care about these FVG lines? Yes, I care, because otherwise you don't know if historical VGGs are filled or not. Okay. So okay, I mean, I don't want these lines to be plotted. So I guess that I want this line, I want this to color, I want to be NA. Not sure if this is a thing that you can do, you can set. What the hell is this? Police condition NA. Polish SPG. This is field, okay. It means this is field. Why the logic here is the other way around? So if in bullish the color should be this color, and that's it. That's my idea. That's the way I understand this. So having these lines is important, but I don't like them. So let's see how the hell do I do this. So first of all, what I want to do is to say that these are FVG lines, bull lines color and bear lines color. Okay. So this is bullish FVG lines, bullish FVG lines. Okay. This is the first change. So now you can say that these new lines need to have this new setup, which is this is used for lines. So this should be as the input of this function, which is here. This should be the same thing with bear. So this is the first step. Okay. Then you have another input. Okay. The other input is show FVG lines. Okay. Show FVG lines, which I'm going to move here, I guess. And then I'm going to use this later on. I mean, later on here, say something like let me see. You want to say something like color sorry, you want to say something like color FVG colors equals to this thing, otherwise it's an A, and this is the variable without the I, and the same thing happens here. I am not so sure if this is the right way of setting up a new color. So this is bear, you have the same setting, then you show one thing or the other. Then here you can say do not use the input variable, but use this new color or something. So I'm not sure if this is going to work, because I do not remember too much about this. Let's see what happens. I think this should keep the lines inside TradingView, but it will help us to not to show them. Okay, let's reset everything so that we have whatever it's by default. Okay, but now I can say that I do not want to show FVG lines, and they are not shown, but the gaps and so on are the same ones. If I click this something, and if I have this with 1, it's a bit better what it's meant to do, because the lines are smaller or something. And if I remove this, the lines, okay, so the lines are smaller, and if I click here, the lines are what's the name? The lines are larger. So if you want to see all the gaps, you can do this. However, if you want to forget about the old gaps, you can do like this. So here you forget about the gaps because there is one additional gap, and so this is 1, 2, 3. So when you have 3, you only remember the last one, which is this one. You don't remember this one. But I mean, this is things that you want to use when you trade manually, when you trade discretionally. I don't care too much about this. So this is the right thing to do. And now I remove FVG lines. Okay. So I can copy this and have this new setting, which helps me a lot. So this should be sorry. Yeah, I don't want to show the dash, and I do not want to show these lines. Okay. Yeah, and then we can make this defaults percentage. So this is 0.0, and this is true, this is 5, and this is false, this is false true. This is the one from the chart. Okay. Man, I cannot see. This is false. And also, what you want to do is to show this. You want to have all of the show lines in the same place. So now I think we are done. So if you go here and click here, you will see how it works as I want to. So if we reset everything, you don't see. The only thing that maybe I want to modify is the transparency, so that this has transparency of 50%, because otherwise this is too much of a solid color. This should be easy to. Okay, look at that. It's already 50% of transparency. So maybe we can set this to 35. See what happens. Maybe the lines you want to be them 50% or something. Let's see how this was used by the other script. I think we had the color somewhere around here. FairValueGap long only. Yeah, maybe here I could see this. Where the colors were. Wait a minute. 0. I do not understand anything. Why these colors are 0? Okay, well, let's try this and see if we can. Where is it? Where is it? If this is better or not, because I am not sure about this. Yeah, I mean, maybe we can see how stuff from let me see. How the hell do we understand this? Opacity 70%. So what they want to do is 25%. So it's the other way around. Yeah. So I want 25% so that it doesn't show so much. So if we reset settings, it's the other way around. So apparently this is opacity. This does not make sense. Let me check the pen script reference. Okay, so color.new transparency 0, not transparent, 100 invisible. Okay. 100 visible. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because it's transparency, so you want this to be something like this, or maybe the 50 that we had originally. Anyway, yeah, now you can draw stuff here and so on, and it's a bit more nice, less colors, so on. So right now we have this stuff here which it's trying to go down, but it isn't sure here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with the. Oh, wait, we are in replay mode. Oh, take a look at this. It goes down a bit. So yeah, I mean, maybe 75 transparency is too much, but I think I prefer it that way. So let's fix this. I mean, this is the final version. And now let's work with the strategy. So the strategy, let me write down what the hell I want to do. Start from Ruckard Zignaly template. So we have several ways of doing this. Okay. So the first one, so the main thing is that bearish gap indicates trend goes to the downside. Okay. This is one thing that you want to do. So different versions. So the different versions are use, okay, let me see, market order when an FVG is filled. Okay. So when a FVG is filled, market order. So you go to the downside. That's one thing. So a stop loss based on ATR, take profit based on ratio of the stop loss. Probably you want 1, 2, 3 if I'm not mistaken here. So 1, plus 1 and take profit 3 times. Okay. So this is the first way of doing stuff. The second way is saying that a stop loss is based on a percentage of the gap percentage. Okay. Take profit based on a percentage of the gap percentage. Okay. And then you've got these other versions that are before an FVG is filled, limit order at the, what's the name, the gap extreme. A stop loss based on an average percentage. Stop loss based on an average percentage of historical higher points after n bars after an FVG is filled. Something like that. Okay. So then you've also have this this one here, which is the same thing, but then you've got we exit thanks to Curie closing lines. And percentage, and this is the same thing. So you can have this this stop loss based on that based on the gap percentage. Then you have the Curie closing lines, and here you also have the same steps. So you have take profit based on ratio of the stop loss 1 to 3 for some people that like this. Then you have this same thing, but you exit thanks to the Curie closing lines. This is something that you can have these different versions, so version A, version C, version C, version D, version F, and version F, E, F, whatever. So this is something that we can play with, okay? And okay, yeah, there's also playing with higher time frames and so on. Limit entries, okay. Yeah, there's this one about the distance, so that you don't enter in the stream, but instead of entering in the stream. So there are a lot of ways of playing with this. So currently what I'm going to be focusing on is on let me see. Yeah, so the easiest one to implement without doing so much is this one. Okay. So let's focus on this one. It's a market order when the what's the name? When the gap is filled. You've got a stop loss based on ATR, the best one you can. Then you go with the price thanks to the Greek closing lines. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I am back. So let's do this. So first of all, we need a folder if it's not already there. So you want to do something like FairValueGap. This is FilledValueGap, and yeah, FilledValueGap. Okay. So you want to copy Zignaly. You want to copy Ruckard Zignaly template, and you want to put it in scripts FilledValueGap. So I'm going to copy right here this. So this is going to be FilledValueGap. FilledValueGap Classic. So now we can add this new file here. So we can say something like based on, here it is. So we add FilledValueGap. Oh my god, this is the same name. Let's put an I there, like this. Pika. So what I want to check is what's the latest. Where is this? What is the latest RCT? So it's 12. Okay, so this is right. Now we are going to copy and paste the name. So what we can do is to copy the name from another one. Although this is not a good idea, but maybe it will help us to, so that this is easier to do. So we want to change the name. So we are going to change, but not this. Yeah, to change this, and also this here. Okay, now we can save. And let's open this file here. Let me show. Okay, so let's open this in both the top and both the bottom. Now let's move this to the left. One day I need to remove all of this, because otherwise FVG Screener. Okay, I'm going to remove this train, and I'm going to remove everything here on the right, but not this one, but all of this. I think we can remove them, not this one, so otherwise this is taking too much space and so on. Around here, maybe. Wait, this is not what I want to do. So up here we have this stuff. So this is the new one. We should have the FilledValueGap. Okay, here it is. Down here we should have this one also to the left. Okay. So let's fix the current date. So this is 8, but this should be A1. And down here this should be 8 1 A1 and A1, and this is filled value gap. This is the right name for the strategy. Okay. Now we can say that we are done, so we can add this file and say use proper FilledValueGap name. The next thing we want to do, let me see, is add an explanation how the strategy works. So I think I have explanation. Opposite direction of filling the gap to take profit. Wait. Okay, let's copy this test from the old explanation that so this would be this explanation here. Let's open a position in the opposite direction of filling the gap. The main logic assumes that even if the price is going to fill a big part of the recently, it's going to fill a big part or the full gap. Okay, let me see. Price is going to fill a big part of the recently created gap or the full gap, then the price action will continue to keep on with the current trend. Stop loss might be set depending on the gap distance. That's the explanation about the strategy, more or less. So we add this and we say that we added an explanation on how the strategy works. Okay, so now we need to add some code so that the strategy does something useful. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is just copy and paste from this code on the bottom, and I will copy and paste stuff on the top. So I'm not sure if I want to have all of these settings here, but whatever. Yeah, I'm taking a look here that FVG is not used everywhere. It's only used on the gaps here. But yeah, so let's start with the inputs. We already have the inputs the way we want them. So let's add them around here. Just after the strategies inputs, because this is something from your strategy. So here we are. We also have to write down that we want to improve the settings, the inputs, thanks to writing some of them in a single line, and also using groups if needed. This is something that I am not doing lately because I am more focused on the result, not on this stuff. Okay, so we have managed to copy paste the settings, and so then we need some variables and stuff and functions and so on. So yeah, so first of all we need the functions. So these are new functions that need to be added here at the end. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to add the functions here. So the way of doing this is just copy and paste the functions. Let me see. Here you are. So I copy the functions and I copy them here. Nice. So later on, what we want to do is to have I cut the functions from below? Have I? Yes, I have. I didn't want to cut anything down here. So the next thing that you want to do is to play with the use of the strategy. Okay, so this is something that you write here just after the ADX protection. This is something that I need to add to improve, because I want to have the Ruckard Zignaly template to tell me this is your strategy functions, these are the Ruckard Zignaly template functions, and so on. Okay, so this is FilledValueGap super strategy. Okay, so this is where the stuff, interesting stuff happens. So first of all, we have all of these global variables, which I'm going to put them like this. Then we've got the functions that we have already defined. We have this stuff with the color that it's needed for the lines, and yeah, I mean, maybe I want this to be set the first. Maybe I want this the first thing to be set because it's similar to a setting. And then what you want is all of this down here. So you want all of this code down here. Here you are. And but you don't want the plots. Okay. And I think I'm going to remove the panel, because I mean, why would you like a panel? This is having much stuff, because you want to have this panel here. Show FVG dash. Okay, let me ask this guy. Do you find useful the dash anchor, which is this one. Okay. So, yes, I'm going to remove this dash because I don't like it. So first of all, I'm going to remove it from down here, I guess. It's going to be easier to test that everything is okay. Yeah, I mean, I can say that this is OPQ, so this is Q. I want to remove the dash here, show the dash, and down here I'm going to remove this shot because I don't believe on this shot. Then you've got the plots, which is what actually makes sense. So here you don't have any of these shots, which is plot, by the way. So let me see. Yeah, so now this is plot, and finally the logic is this field condition, which we are going to implement here by saying something like this is FVG long and short. Okay, and I think that we just want to have this logic. So let's see how the hell did we implement the logic here. Is there anything strange? So if you are inside the bull, okay. So these are some conditions about meeting some conditions which we have not implemented. So what happened here is that once a bullish SVG was found, then you went with that direction, but that's not what we want to do. We want to wait till this is filled. This is why the strategy is called filled. Okay, so we need to know if this is filled or not. So let me see. Yeah, this is the one that you want to use, isn't it? Either it's field 1 or the other one. So the way I see this, what you want to do is have a way of avoiding this kind of problems. So let's flip around a bit the logic, otherwise this is going to be a problem. So by default this is false, both of them. Okay, and then what you can do is, if this is filled and also this is filled, because there is too much of volatility, then you do not do anything. Okay, so you don't want to do anything. So the way you do this is by assigning the values. Else if fulfilled, you do one thing, or you do the other one. Bare field, you do the other one, which is turning on or not. So this is long. Yeah, maybe I think you can use elif, but is this elif something that you can use in Python script? I'm not sure if this is a valid token. Elif. Oh, okay. Else if a statement. Else if. Okay, yeah, I think we can do this like this. We can put them in a single line. So this is for long and this is for short. So void high volatility. So if this is filled, then this is true, and if it's the bear is filled, then this is true, and then you go to the downside. And we can remove these values here. So this is the logic. So let's see if we can manage to use this strategy here. See what happens if you say that I want to create a new strategy. Okay. Seems that it likes it. Okay, we've got this function. Now we can add strategy to the chart, which is not going to plot anything. It's not going to have any trades, but it should be added to the chart. Okay, so this is nice. So now we can take a look at whatever changes we have here. So we have the inputs. Okay, we have these functions here with a lot of stuff, and then you've got the super strategy, so on. So let's fix all of this that's wrong. So let me move this to second screen and we will take a look here. So around, so I think we can switch to this so far. So we have these new functions which are run here, and so here there is nice, and here there is another one. Let me see. So in the var one, the var function, the only place where there's some space, additional space is there. So let me see down here. We should have this new code about super strategy. So you've got this condition. I think we can put this way here, and we are done. So now if I run this again, it should be pretty much everything right place. So now I can say something like filled value gap sub strategy was added. I think that's the right. Let me see. Yeah. Now you can say that you use this. How the hell do you do this? You use this and you use it down here. So this is the condition for long, and this is the condition for short. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's it. So now you should be able to work with this. So you add this file and you say that this super strategy was used. Okay, now we are going to plot the super strategy. So I'm not sure how the plot works right now. If you use, the question is, do we plot the stuff with this or not? And not every time. So here you have double quotes and here you have single quotes. Yeah, and then you have single quotes. So I guess you can plot this with what's the name? With single quotes. So we can copy and paste this and we can say field value gap plot and field value gap plot and okay. So how the hell do you do this? So the way of doing this is, well, you wait a minute. Down here you open the old script and you just use this to plot stuff. And finally you change these letters around here so that they are not double quotes, and this is more beautiful. I'm not sure why. Look at that, this field is different because whatever. So we're going to modify this so that it's the same thing both of the places. So this is bearish and up here is bullish. So you want to change this here to single quotes. Okay, so now we can save this. We can say something like we add the strategy, we add we plot the strategy, and then we plot the strategy, and then we can bump to a new version. However, I'm going to test a new code before bumping to a new version because there might be something wrong in here, but you know, it might not be this case. So let's see what we find out with this. Okay. Now I should be seeing. Okay, so now I plot. As you can see, everything is not used but the strategy, and you can see how the how everything is plotted. You know how everything is plotted here. So if you open the strategy tester, nothing happens. Why is that? Haven't we added the different settings? FVG condition. So we have this condition that says that this needs to be long or short. We only have one condition, so this should be doing stuff. Okay, let me see. Yeah, this should be working. Not sure why this is not working. I mean, even if you don't say this is going to take profit on a given value, you should open the trade and then go on from there when the value is filled. You know what I mean? So I am not sure what's happening here. So this is something that needs to be fixed, I guess. So the problem is this value here, which is output from here. So this should be filled. Okay, let me see at the top. Let me show the lines here so that it's easier to understand. So here at the top, what we're going to, when we are maybe detect bear. Okay, so when we are with bear, when we are dealing with a bear, okay, what we have is this bear FVG field. Okay, this bear FVG field. Maybe the problem is with this delta percentage. Open, close. Oh wait, open, close. Yeah. Anyway, let me see. So the problem comes from this variable, which is field, which is the third one that it's returned. So let's go to the bear place. Let's see if we can check which is the third return. So this is this one. Oh, look at that. This is an integer. So what you do here is this is 0, and then you add some numbers when this is filled. So you return an integer. Later on, this is used. This is returned. Wait, this is returned down here as bool field. Okay, and so what you want to do is Wait a minute. Is the filled? This might be the number of gaps that are filled. Okay. Let's open the O script. I mean the P one. Oh my god, why does it have to go to the right every time? So down here, if you take a look down here, let's see. So this is returning this, and then this is the number of gaps that are filled, not if the gap has been filled or not. So yeah. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's work when one of these has been filled, and then I can make. So let me see. Oh my god. Okay. Wait a minute. Do I want two of these gaps to be filled? No, I only want one. I only want one of them to be filled. So what you do is you compare and you say if the number of filled gaps see. Yeah, I mean, this needs to be fixed otherwise. So let's save this. Let's restore this post. And now now we are going to do something. So this is going to be translated to something else, because otherwise this does not make sense. So, and this should be on the, this is also here, is filled. Wait a moment. Yeah, this is something that I have translated. This is not right. So this is field number. Field number. So now let's undo this. Otherwise, this is let's work with complete words. Field number, I guess this is good enough. And this should be in the 2 of field number. Okay. And whatever you put here, you're going to use it. I'm going to use it here. I no longer remember what I mean. Look at that. I need to use this should be. I need to use what's the name? Bookmarks, so that this is easier. So here, what you want to do is to put this should be also number. Okay. The same thing happens with this. It's a bear, okay, and this is a bear number. Nice. Okay, so detect bull, detect bear. So now you can say something like where's regarding the number of field gaps where training. Okay, so now what you want to do is to fix this, because you want this to be like the other ones. So this is like that. This is line typo. Now let's go back here, and so what you want to have here is these new variables, that it's is this field or not. Okay, so far. So this is going to be the way we are going to do this is all the number is this number. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god. Is this right or not? Okay, let's write the code. I mean, so the idea is that this number is exactly +1. The current number. Okay, so that's the logic. So previous candle number of bear caps, is it the same number as the bull one, as the bear one that you had the previous candle, or not? And you only want one, okay? But the question is, and then you use this down here. So if you are a bull maybe we want this to put it the other way around, because whatever. So this bool is what you want to use here, because you are not using numbers but this new stuff. So pair, and this is the bool. So if this is filled, now we are using the right variables, then you are going up or not. Look, my question is this number. Are we saving this number between candles or not? That is my problem. So I'm going to put this down here. So this is maybe bool FVG, sorry. So down here you have bool FVG filled number, okay, and so that means that this is the third variable that this function outputs. So this function, the third variable, is this FVG filled number, and so by default this is 0. Okay, I see. Then you increase it here, then you increase it here in the scattered FVG lines, or you increase it here in this condition. Okay, let me see once again. So this is by default, this is 0. Then you've got the historical lines, then later on you've got the discarded lines, which is also, it's also a gap. Then you've got this condition. So maybe this is not good variable, but I am more confident that this is properly done. So let's try this and see if it's any good, because I am not sure about this. Pine editor. Let's see if we can manage to do anything. Okay. Okay, here we are. We have something. That's nice. Maybe not as nice as we would like to, but we have something. So we can say that this is the strategy. Where is it? Was used, was added to. Okay. And now we can bump the version and we are done. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a quick look here. What does happen if we say that we short only and if we long only or something? I am curious about this. Yeah, okay. What about long only? This is a bit better. What about having a strict mode? Is it any better? No, it is not. What about short only with strict mode? Does it work properly by any chance? No, it does not. So reverse seems to work some way. What about not filtering by threshold? Is this any better or any worse? I am curious here. Okay. Then now we can play with using the auto threshold and say something like stop. Oh, wait a minute. We have the stop loss turned on. I don't want to use a stop loss. I mean, I want to use a stop loss, but this is something that makes more sense to work with if you don't have a stop loss right now. But even then, you know, it's not a good idea not to have a stop loss. But now that I want to check this, I prefer not having a stop loss or something. So what about short only? So the only advice is, yeah, and I guess that if I use long only without the stop loss and I check the strict mode, then I'm going to have 100% of profit. But this is cheating and it's not a good thing. Okay, apparently it doesn't open any trade. Why is that? Wait, this is the same thing, isn't it? Man. Why wouldn't you open any trade in a strict mode? It would seem to me that the strict mode is not well coded, unless there are too many trades or something like that. There is an error here. No, there is not an error. So this is not right, unless the condition does not happen or something. We need to fix this. To find out why a strict mode for long only does not work at all. Should open one trade at least. Okay. What about list of trades? Okay, yeah. This makes sense. This makes sense. So you open the trade and then you do anything else. So let's see what happens when you ignore the other side and you use curriculums and lines. This is something that I want to use. So I should remove this about the strict mode. Okay, let me see if it's any. Okay, let's see. Yeah, 100% because we are on this stupid strict mode. You don't want this. You want stop loss and so on. So yeah, long only, equals in lines. And what about having a stop loss based on ATR 1.5? Is it any better? It is a bit better, then you can cheat a bit and say that stop loss is 2 times ATR, so that it's not so easy to get into the stop loss. And maybe you can say that this is going to work the other way around. And if I use the strict mode, is it any better? Yeah. I mean, I can play with also enforce higher time frame and just ask for these trades that are long. Makes sense that they are only long. I'm not sure what we were using and it was a bit better. Anyway, this is something that we will be doing the next day. So right now, if you reset the settings, you've got all of these trades that goes up and down, because it makes sense to do that. Okay, and so what you want here is to work on the stop loss based on ATR and exit thanks to closing lines. That's for the next video, and once we have managed to do that, we will focus on other stuff. So let me see. So this is going to be A2. Down here I also want A2 and A2. Now we can say that we bump this version here. This is FVG A2. That's right, isn't it? This is A2, yeah. Now we need attack, which is this one. So this is A2 and A2, and this is filled, and this is filled. So this is filled value gap. Okay, so now we can push this. We can push this. Okay, so now we are going to publish this in the video description. So you go here, view all tags, last one is this one, latest one is this one, and we can check here field value gap. So let's edit the video description. Okay, so we are done here. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to show you a video and then we will end the stream.
Zignaly, all of the profit and none of the work, best alongside the top digital asset monitors and fans. If you use my link and that pass it at least 100 USDT or more to any profit sharing services, you will be rewarded with $20 worth of non-withdrawable coins that can be used for paying Zignaly SEC fees.